Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our second installment of DLC 6 Home Turf webcast. We're going to be showing you a little bit about Lair themes and the props that you can put in them. Last time we talked about locations, how to set up your base, where you could set them up. Now we're going to go inside those bases and get a little more in depth in terms of their customization and all the themes that you'll be able to experience doing them. So my name is Jens Anderson. I'm the creative director on the project, and I'm joined today by two people who are going to help me explain all this to you. We have our lead environment artist, Ben Nauman.
Hello. It's nice to meet all of you.
And you're virtually meeting everybody. You have like thousands of new friends as of this instant.
I feel like I really do.
Okay, so make sure to check the chat later and see how many friends you really have. Maybe 50-50. All right, so, and we also have joining us again Andrew Bushman, who's assistant designer on the project and helped us out with the locations. He's going to be helping us out a little bit with the prop stuff today.
All right, glad to be back.
So let's get started. You can see right here we've got a character who's in Metropolis, specifically Little Bohemia. And you can see he's in the area down by the boardwalk. The gorillas are off to the right here doing their thing. And he's got a base set up. In fact, he's got a few bases set up in Little Bohemia, and we're going to walk through each of these. The first bases we're going to talk about today, let's head on inside, are the Gothic and Deco themes. Now, both of these themes are going to be available for you with the purchase of the DLC, or if you're Legendary and have access to the DLC, you'll be able to choose between those two themes for your lair. And this is the Deco theme. So, Ben, you want to tell us a little bit about the Deco theme and what the goals here were between Gothic and Deco?
The big difference was we wanted to make sure that we had two themes, one that represented each of the cities, right? Like what I should say is there's a theme that matches each of the two cities. So we got Gothic and we have Deco. Now Deco here, we're going for that same streamlined, slick look of Metropolis, clean but not too clean. It matches the look of some of the buildings inside of Metropolis. Yeah.
And then Gothic, which we'll see in a little while, will reflect more of those Gotham themes that you guys built into the city as well. We'll talk about those when we get into the actual Gothic area as well. But now both of these are available. It's not like you can only use Deco in Metropolis, right?
That's right. You can use Deco inside of Gothic and vice versa.
Right.
So
our Gothic can be in Metropolis as well. And it's just there's locations for both of these bases in both cities.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, let's get into what the theme means to you when you choose it. So when we went through all the location stuff and we made a deed and we chose our location, the theme had a lot to do with where the location was located. It also has a lot to do with what the amenities look like inside of it and what the actual interior looks like as well. So as you can see, this is the the Deco interior, and over there to the left you can see this is what's called the dispenser. We'll talk about what that does and its relationship to the mainframe in a webcast later on, but you can see it has a kind of Deco look to it, and if you go into the main part, like sort of the heart of your lair, you'll be able to see the mainframe and what it looks like as sort of a Deco, and each one of the themes has a different set of amenity looks.
That's correct. We went through, and for all the different lair themes, we went through, made a set of amenities that were custom to it. You don't see them anywhere else in the game. They have a really higher fidelity than the rest of the items in the game. You're not going to see them anywhere else. Artists had a lot of fun putting them together. I think that the players are really going to enjoy them. They're going to definitely be one of the highlights of housing.
Right on. All right, so there's that main area you come in, right, and then you've got your dispenser over there. There's this sort of main area, and as you can see, Andrew's walking through, and if you walk into the back here, you'll see this whole sort of heart of the lair area with a mainframe, but there's also kind of this upstairs loft. There's a downstairs as well where you can also put some stuff. So this is a placeholder for a generator, which is something we'll be getting to in a later update or later DLC. But we'll talk about amenities another time. But all of this space is there for you to decorate, to get your feng shui on, right?
That's correct. That's right. We tried to make it, as player friendly as we possibly could. So, tried to keep the walls as clean as possible so that you can put whatever items you've managed to collect into them.
Okay, so let's talk about putting stuff in there. Andrew, why don't you take us over to the main console for decorating and start walking us through some of the process here. So should we actually talk about props first?
Sure. So throughout gameplay, adventuring, purchasing these through the broker, various avenues, you'll collect housing props. These are added to your inventory in this state. Once you get them, you can collect them. You'll interact with them, get this pop-up. It'll ask you if you'd like to add them to your base inventory. When you say yes, you can navigate across up here, and you can see that it's been added to this list of other base items that I own.
You've been a busy bee.
A little bit.
Hitting the flea markets and the garage sales.
That's right.
The superhero garage sales at Ace Chemicals. All right, so you can see there's a lot of stuff here. There's a palace, different themes in the names too. You can see occult, you can see palatial and palace. There's a bunch of different sort of themes for props. And how do those kind of factor into things going forward?
Right. Well, there's just a multitude of items. We have anything you could want to put in your house. Fun house, game room, gym, law enforcement, some military stuff, workshop, palace, laboratory if you want to get your mad scientist on, some mystical and dynasty stuff, and occult, as you can see here. So a bit of everything.
And random, like,
oh yeah,
garbage and stuff like that. We were talking about what items we wanted to show, and I think Hallish was like, show them the toilet from the dive, and you were like, how about the lumpy garbage bag? I was like, no. How about like stuffed woolly mammoth and things like that?
No drippy garbage bag?
No drippy garbage bag.
Okay.
So anyway, but all joking aside, you can really see the kind of like spectrum that the environment artist put together for items for you guys. Really, literally, there are like lumpy garbage bags and like, you know, cruddy pallets that you can put out into your house, and then there's also these really ornate palatial things as well, right?
Yeah, you can totally go as high tech or fancy, modern. You can make it look like a showroom of a furniture store, or you can make it look like a very rundown, lousy apartment that's been sitting there for years.
Exactly. So when you collect all these, are you going to be getting a little bing, ping, ding moment here for a feat, or?
That's right. I have all items here of the occult set.
Whoa!
And I will show that.
Occult classic. Collect all of the base items in the occult sect. Okay, cool. And there's a variety of different feats for different styles that you can collect, right?
This is perfect for the collector, as there are lots of set items here for feats.
Nice. Okay, cool. So now that you've added those, let's go into the actual decoration, so the control panel for the Lair. And you can do two things here. You saw this earlier in our last webcast, the relocate base. We showed you how that works. We didn't go into the decoration mode, but we're going to do that now, finally.
Boom.
Hooray. So let's click on that. All right, so here we are. Right now, Andrew is driving this on the controller. So you can see all of the legend on the right side there is giving him that. And actually, Brian, would you mind touching the mouse or keyboard or something for this? Now you can see, obviously, it switches over on the fly, and there are the controls that you'll be using for if you were running it on a PC. All very simple stuff to use, and we'll show you how to use them. But let me tell you what you're seeing right now in front of you. So that little yellow caret is your pointer. That's basically showing you where you're going to be placing an object. Now, when you first start the game, when you first start off with your base, there is no free placement mode for you. You're going to be placing objects inside those rings, which we're calling basically attach points or hard points, or whatever it is you want to call them. They're actually places where you can put stuff. So until you have filled up enough of your sort of your attach points here, you can't unlock free placement. But once you do, you're going to be able to free place stuff and put them in these nodes as well. For example, let's click on the ceiling here. So you can see that node is highlighted with yellow. You go ahead and select that. And what it does is the window over here brings out everything that you could possibly put in the ceiling node. These things are all categorized based on where the node is, or if you're in free placement mode, what surface the pointer is touching. So you're never going to see a bed in the list when you're clicking on the ceiling, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So here he put in, you can see he's putting in a demon skull that he's found, and he can move that around. Try moving it outside. He can't move it outside the border of that node, right? So because it's not free placement mode, but he could move it anywhere in there. So larger objects can be slid around, as well as the smaller objects being put inside there. So go ahead and confirm that's where you want to put it. And boop, okay, you can see the node change color to white to let you know that that node is taken, because when you get free placement mode, you can actually overlap these things, so you need to know if that's a node placed item or an actual free placed item. Let's put something on the ground there, something really large.
Sure, let's find
Actually, do it next to the pillar.
Maybe the pillar?
Yeah.
All right.
Put something really large there. And let's check out the preview thing on the side. You guys see, everyone can see that as you scroll down this list of things you can put in that spot, you can select and preview everything. You guys made so many.
We did. We
items.
had a lot of fun with it. And, you know, players are going to notice there's going to be some stuff that might be familiar because we did give you some of the items that were already in the game, but we knew that would be really lame to only do that, and so we just added a whole bunch of brand new items. As you can see, electric chair.
Yeah. So now once something's placed, you can rotate it around, or you can select it again. You can remove it. You can rotate it around. Now check this out. So he can pull it around in the border there, but if he actually makes it interpenetrate with the pillar, it turns red, meaning he can't place it there. So you can back stuff up against the wall, but it actually can't be interpenetrating in the wall. You do need to kind of wait till it turns green, and then you can place it, and it's available for you to check out there. Now, once you do enough of those types of placements, you're able to enter free. You unlock free placement mode, which would allow you to do exactly what we just showed you, but off node. You want to start putting a few things like on the wall, wherever you really see fit or want to. Do it outside the node, like free placement. There you go. So you can just put that, a fan. Just put a fan right there. Move it around anywhere you want, in fact. And the range of motion on that, Lair, pick it up again. Go ahead and show how far. You can just basically, once you get it on the ground, you can sit there and move it around and put it all you want. So
yeah, you can send it down the hall, wherever.
All the way down the hall if you want to.
Once you get to the edge, it'll drop down onto the floor underneath.
Yeah, try going up the side of the stairs there. There you go. You can see it's kind of won't let you go off that surface, right?
Cool.
So then, and if you try and get it up onto the wall, it won't let you do that either because it's a ground item. It turns red. So everything is sort of restricted. Everything's really friendly. Gives you good messaging on where you can place it and why. And then you have your fan in the middle of the room. You probably should set that on oscillating if you're going to put it there, but whatever.
It's a good decision.
Yeah. Okay, so now what's that pink one in the background there?
What is that? That looks like amenity slot.
Exactly. So not only do you have your main features, but you have these amenities, and these amenities are themed after the lair that you have, the base style.
That's correct.
So here's the rest of the Gothic stuff, and you can see there's an R&D station, a mailbox, a bank, suit holder, teleporter is not available at launch at this point, but it will be coming along shortly. We have all these different styles for the Gothic there as well, because he has the Gothic style. But these are the decos. Correct. So why don't you go ahead and put your R&D station in there, boop, and you can rotate it and move it around, put it in there. Cool. So that's your R&D station that you now have in your lair, and you can put these amenities on any amenity slot that is available. You can't free place these. They do have set spots that the amenities can go in, but all other props that aren't amenities can be placed anywhere you want. Like, do you have a target dummy?
Let's see. Amenity?
No target dummy.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So amenities can be placed, props can be placed, both on nodes and free placement. And you can decorate your entire layer. Let's do colors really quick and show them to how that works. So you can see there's a button to hit your colors. So it defaults to the colors of your character, but you can go ahead and go off character and change those if you want to.
You can see that.
So
and you see the green on the baseboard there changing and moving as he's changing it around. Let's actually go on that orange and see if we can change that one.
And the area, there's going to be 3 colors, and you won't be able to change every single surface. There will be accent areas that you can change. As you're seeing here, it's mainly the trim, but that changes between layers. It's not always the trim. It's not always a decorative wall part. And so it's different between the different layers to give it a variety.
Like cave, and I think industrial, or is it dive? But cave definitely has like walls that pick up more of the color in certain areas where the manufactured walls versus the rock walls.
Yes. Like these walls here, you won't change the main wall color, but as Ian said, like the cave, the more built-in cave walls change color.
Now we allow friends that come into your lair, you can set a permission to allow them to decorate for you. So if you're not into decorating your lair, but you have a friend who is, you can set that up to happen. For instance, I would not give Andrew Bushman permission to decorate my lair because those colors you've just chosen are hideous. So
Terrible.
you do not get to monkey around in Milkman's base of operations and change those colors.
Have to hire a decorator, man.
Yeah, Ben, you and your masterful aesthetics. You, however, will get permissions to decorate my lair.
Well, let's wait, because I think one of the layers we're about to go to is one I decorated, and then you can
Oh,
you
all
might
right.
wanna rethink that.
The whole world gets to, all your
That's
new
right.
friends get to
That's right.
judge your decorating ability. Perfect. Okay, so let's get out of here and actually go check out Deco Lair that's been fully decked out. Now, I'm not sure who decorated this one, but let's go to the map here. Like we showed you on our last webcast, you can go ahead and set a waypoint. I think that is the Deco Lair you have. Yep, go ahead and set a waypoint to that. And you can see now it's on the map. He can zoom through Gorilla Land here. Think about how much noise those gorillas make on the roof at night trying to hack into. Why would you want to live there, dude?
Oh.
That's got to be like...
It's the
worst
view.
neighbors.
Do they throw poo at you
Oh,
when you
no.
leave and enter with your groceries or anything
Yeah,
like
you'd
that?
have to have a good landlord, huh?
It's the view. You're living
It's
for that
view.
view,
So
man.
all of it just for that
It's
waterfront view.
It's that waterfront view.
All right, let's go in here. All right, so this is deco with some thought put into it. So you can see here we've done some interesting things with this layer. There's a... Okay, look down on this. See, I just want to say, get your foot off that. So it's a zebra rug or a tiger rug? Which is it? Is it a Siberian tiger or a zebra?
I don't know what this. I don't know what.
Either way, its poor nose has been flayed on the... I think those are lips on the side or something. That's gnarly. All right,
Zebra.
yeah, it's a zebra? All
I'll
right.
call it zebra.
You're calling zebra?
I will say that the art department called it a zebra rug.
Okay.
I don't know what it ended up being called when it got out to the public. But
Well, there's zebra nose and lips on that rug over there. So, okay, so let's look around here. You got a little PlayStation area there where you can play your video games.
Yep, entertainment center here.
Yeah, exactly. If you go back deeper into the lair, you can see some other stuff. There's a little bar.
Very nice.
You said, and of course, you can put anything there. It doesn't have to be a bar. This could be like machinery and things, a fish tank.
Some fish in there somewhere?
I like those little glass trophy cases. Yeah, there are definitely fish swimming around in there. Where's Nemo? Go find Nemo. Nemo in there? Where's your lucky flipper, buddy? Oh, there he is. See him? Right there?
Yeah,
Okay. So here's another little cool area by the mainframe. You can go upstairs and down if you want to, too, really quick, just to show some of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool area up here with the freestanding fireplace right there to the right. Check that out.
Wow. All right, he's a slightly better decorator.
Yeah. Is this the one you did?
I cannot take credit for this.
All right, this is somebody
okay.
else. This is
one
Eunice.
This is
I
one
think.
that I think Karen did.
Oh, okay.
One of
All
the
right.
old artists.
Check out that. That's from the law enforcement set, I think, right there. Those
Oh, wow.
statues, right?
Yep.
So those
Yep.
are pretty cool.
So
That's a statue.
there you have an example. That's one of the items that's available in game. But like you saw the fish tank, there are no fish tanks that we have in the actual game. So you're seeing here the mix.
Yeah, there's some stuff that you might have seen in the game where you're like, cool, I really want that for my lair. You'll be able to grab that thing for your lair because it's out there somewhere.
That's
and then
right.
there are other things that are totally original. So.
Such as this awesome drafting table.
Nice. What is you drafting? Is that a bank heist? Tell me that's a bank heist.
It
Oh,
sure is.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
You're just getting started on it.
It's just starting up.
Sewing
Okay.
station?
Yeah, sewing station for costume manufacturing. Remember, no capes.
No repair.
As we learned from the Incredibles. All right, let's pop out of here.
Sure.
Let's just go take a quick look at an empty Gothic lair, and then we'll go check out a full Gothic lair as well. Maybe we can show a couple of the other cool props in that empty
Across the
Gothic
street.
lair. It's just right there. Oh, it's actually the other side of the building, but close enough.
And you're
There we
seeing
go.
you're
Up
able to
top.
see there like the wide variety of items. Like not everyone's going to want to have the sewing machine. You're not going to want to have the
Statue
dress form,
even or something,
the dress
yeah.
form
Mhm.
to be able to put the clothes on. So
Yeah, you could go with our military themed stuff, and there's like really cool like a weapons rack or
Yes.
all kinds of different things that you can put on there. There's really a lot of things. This isn't
Yep.
just like if you want to make a grungy dive, you can do that. If you want to make like more of a industrial workshop, you can do that. If you
Yes.
want to make something that's surrounded by the fineries that you've been able to afford through your villainous activities, you can totally do that. Lots of different flavors. So here's deco. You can see the different shape of the amenity right there.
Yep. So in the Gothic one we have these sort of curved screens, It's got the angles on it. It's got a really. Can we fly over by the mainframe? The mainframe looks
totally.
fantastic. The artists we had working on these just did such a phenomenal job. I know they all had a lot of fun.
Trying to come up with like I remember it was like, what does an Eastern mainframe look like? You know,
Yep.
and it's like you end up with
Yep.
this like cool like pagoda mainframe or something like that.
Yep.
There's like all different kinds of cool things in there. I think the Eastern generator is one of my favorite actually.
Oh yeah, those.
I like the ancient generator
those
too.
are so
'Cause
good.
They look kind of they're like mysteriously magical.
Yes.
You know, it's very cool. Hey, let's put on let's show them some of the cool props that we have too to play with.
Sure.
I want to pop some of those up.
See what we got.
Like, I want to see like a prehistoric animal of some kind. I don't care which one.
All right.
Let's see
See if I
here.
can find you. Let's go. Oh, there's your zebra rug. Huh?
Zebra rug again.
Confirmed, it's a zebra.
And so, what does the filter do up there, Andrew?
So that filter there will actually sort through categories of our housing items.
Yeah.
So up there where it says all, you can click left and right, and it will sort to items just for lighting, things you would just decorate with. And each of those categories have a subcategory.
Right.
So under storage, you know, you have boxes, furniture, you have beds and seating, things like that. So it can be pretty hard to find this all in a big list, not sorted. These categories make it much more manageable.
Nice. And you can even filter more specifically if you wanted to.
Right, and if you know what you're looking for, you can
Like-
even type it in there and search.
Saber-toothed tiger?
Yeah.
Or like type in saber-toothed tiger, Brian.
Saber.
We're in the saber-tooth bed.
Not in the bed section. Go to all. Yeah, there's no saber-toothed tiger bed. There you go.
That's too bad. There should be.
I know. I think it's called the saber-toothed tiger.
This guy might not have it.
Oh, you might not have it?
Yeah.
What about mammoth? Mammoth display. That's the one. I want to see that. Look at that thing.
Boom.
Awesome. Boom. Awesome.
I like that.
Very cool.
Now, who wouldn't want that?
I don't know. Well, Batman would want a dinosaur. He's more of a reptile guy, apparently.
That's true.
But if you're a more mammalian kind of hero or villain, we got you covered. So that's cool. Here, get the icon off it. Cool.
Yep.
Nice. So, and you can rotate that around and place it wherever you want to. Maybe it greets people at your entrance, or it's private for you in your bedroom. I don't know. However you want to roll with that. But there's all different kinds of cool things. What's your favorite?
Let's go see. I have a few favorites in here. I like a lot of our gym stuff, a lot of our lab stuff. Let's see if I can find some favorites down here.
Oh, there's that Japanese Zen garden. It's always cool.
Rock garden, very nice.
Yep.
How about the suit of armor?
That was
One of
Suit of
my
armor is pretty cool. And you
personal
can
favorites there.
and you can get more than one of these items too.
Oh
Yeah, and that's something that's important. So once you find the suit of armor, it's not like universal, like you just have as many suits of armor as you want. If you want to put 2 suits of armor flanking your front door, you need 2 suits of armor. You can, if you only found the one, then you can only place one, and that's true across all your layers, right? These have a persistent count, and if you want multiples, you need to find them. But the cool part is that all of these props are tradable.
That's right. You start the room store, put them on the broker. These are all getting traded.
So there's a whole secondary market that you guys can engage in when it comes to props. If you've got the wheelchair, chair already, or the Vespa, and you want to trade it for somebody for the saber-toothed tiger or the pterodactyl, more power to you. You can arrange trades. You can sell these things on the marketplace. On the auction house, all you want. So there you go. Oh, what was that, dude?
Blacksmith.
Yeah.
What? How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. So again, all different kinds of flavors, and there'd be more of a modern version of this too, right? Kind
That's
of a
absolutely
techie
correct.
forge kind of
Yep.
look.
So you can build your suit of armor.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
There you go.
All right, wow, how very LARPy of you. Okay, let's pop out of here and go check out a fully decorated Gothic base. We can probably just warp to it using our warp to base feature. Let's hope I got this right. Warp to base. I think it's that third one. Yeah.
For an environment artist, housing's like the dream.
Oh, that was the same one.
Dream component, because you
Just
pretty much
to it.
can build whatever you want to build, right? Like if I feel like coming in and building a woolly mammoth, I can build a woolly mammoth. I
Nice.
didn't get to build the woolly mammoth, but
All right, it's gonna be a little bit of
There it is.
a haul.
let's just super speed it.
Supersonic. There we go. All right, so yeah, there you have it. There's some cool props. How you place the props. Andrew, talk about where you find these things in the game.
So these will be in all of your leveling and grouping content. You'll be able to find these in alerts, raids, duos, challenges, anywhere where you'd be fighting content in our game. The really cool stuff will be coming from, of course, the harder content, and some of the, amenities you'd have in college, maybe the wire spool table, you'd find in some of the easier content.
Okay, so the wire spool table. Do you know, I think our lead systems guy actually had one of those up until the launch of the game. And then when his girlfriend moved back out here, I think the spool wire table went away.
How'd you go?
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was complemented by the old giant Sony TV box as well as a side table, I think.
Cinder box?
Yeah.
Piece of couple 2x4s.
No, that really thick. Oh yeah, you could do that one. The cinder block board table. We have that actually. I think there's an item that's actually boards with cinder blocks on it.
I know we have that.
There is a wire spool table.
There's a wire spool table.
We got it all covered. If you've had an experience with it throughout your life, it's probably in here in some form or another.
Agreed.
All right, so here's cool, like a Gothic one, right? The
Yes.
deco you did had much more kind of modern feel to the furniture. It really matched up really well.
Absolutely.
And you guys did more of a kind of antique-y feel here for the Gothic one, which I think looked great.
Wow.
Yeah, when we went through and decorated these, we just wanted to kind of play up to the strengths of it.
Looks really good. Oh, look here. You come back after a hard day of villainy, get your harp on. There, 6 suits of armor lining the wall. That's pretty cool. So if somebody went out and found 6 suits of armor so they could do that really cool thing. And again, you can find the drops, or if you have something somebody else wants, go ahead and trade for it.
Right.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Now, actually, before we get out of here, do me a favor. Let's see if we have an emblem plaque. Let's go to the deco area, control panel. Okay, we're in the top.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hot tub. Hot tub time machine.
All right.
All right, let's go to deco mode. Now, let's. One thing we wanted to do, we do take your colors and stick them in here in the trim.
Yes.
You can change them, obviously. But if you find a drop, which is a emblem plaque, let's put one of those on the wall. You can actually start decorating your lair with your emblem. Right there's good.
Bam.
It might be too big to fit there.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
They're pretty big because we want
All right, go back in the other room.
We really want your emblem to be huge, so to really show off.
There,
how
look,
awesome
all
you
up there,
are.
up top or something.
Here? How about this?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Right there.
So, you can't walk 2 steps in the Batcave without tripping over a bat symbol. So we wanted to make sure that you had that opportunity too. A lot of scrolls, whiteboards, all kinds of things. People are going to be slowing this down frame by frame so they can see every single one of those
You
things.
might need to search.
Yeah, you want to do a search for, is it emblem?
I think emblem's in there.
Can you do a filter
Also,
search for emblem?
Just plaque.
Oh, plaque or emblem?
Either one.
Yeah, emblem plaque. There you go.
Let's get their
Do
count.
Gothic emblem plaque. Perfect. All right, so you pop that up there. Woohoo!
There it is.
And then it shows up. And do you have an emblem on your dude? So
Check.
put an emblem on your dude.
Let's see if we have it.
And there's the emblem plaque
Nine.
style.
That's ass. We didn't prepare for that right. Okay.
I will tell
Next
you, it
time,
looks
guys,
amazing.
we'll show you the emblem plaque next time. But imagine your emblem here, and you can sort of put those around wherever you want to, and really kind of get your lair looking like it's yours. You really branded it toward your character.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We did one to match each of the different amenity themes. We made them big so that they show up really nice. And you could place them anywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty much free place everywhere.
Cool. Maybe our next character will have an emblem on it, and we can show that differently.
Yep, maybe we'll get screwed.
So speaking of, let's log out and change characters here. So what we just showed you guys were the props that are going to all be dropping in the game. Well, we didn't show you all the props, but all the props will be dropping in the game at launch. You've seen a bunch of those, how you put them into the layers. You'll be getting a Gothic and Deco themed base, specifically a lair.
There's your character